Had to show up just to fill a void. Confused, boy, little boys, y'all better keep your poise. Leave me out of the weasel. Be cool when you see me, I'm hotter.
It's week 4 of the National Football League. And up next, we'll see Jalen Hurts. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Broncos and the Vikings. And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 23.
A very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at US Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Denver Broncos and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0.
3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in week 4. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. As they start on the ground, and they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. Hurts. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 18 carries, 119 yards, and the score.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Henry. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team,
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
this offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatter, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together. Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
Well, that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut him down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for Mixon last week, 22 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
That's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complimentary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 34. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Hurts to throw. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he will have the Broncos first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 14. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Throw right side, taken in by the tight end, Bryant.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Throwing is Hurts. Pass complete. Joe Mixon out of the backfield.
Touchdown!
Joe Mixon
With career touchdown number 94, he ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list.
And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time? Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
A first down carry for Henry. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
The Vikings had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The pitch to Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll try to run for it with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Henry again. And he's not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks at the 3. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Three tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Rondale Robinson.
His first touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Hurts.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. Looking to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. This is caught. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
From the gun, it's Hurts. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Mixon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calling a gain of 2 as they're knocking on the door now. 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal. Mixon again. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive the last into double-digit snaps. You need to score here not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Still 1st down.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go, lead, go.
Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
This one caught by Davis. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. A couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll roll him out right.
He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson.
And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Called on a very strong gain of 24. Carry now for Derrick Henry. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
45 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On second down, it's Stevenson.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Check mash, check mash.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he's going to get this back to the 30-yard line and no further. They'll say he'll be on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On play action, they'll throw. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. They'll set up a throw to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but between. They settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where you see the final score there. Nick Chubb, a touchdown run in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Jerry Jeudy, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And at the moment, that game is tied with the visiting New York Jets. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Broncos in that.
And we'll jump right over halftime and keep the game going here in Week 4. Second half kickoff, ready to go. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he'll get it up near the 35 to 34 here. 59 yards rushing forward now at this point.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there. Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Stevenson now on 1st and 10.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll set up to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Ready? On the ball, now, go! Hey, check it, go!
They'll go with a keeper. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10.
And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
A 20th carry now for Derrick Henry. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Vikings! Corey Davis, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 17-14. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half.
And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hurts. He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Hurts to throw. A throw over the middle taken in by Troutman. And he will have the Broncos first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings' 27. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Jalen Hurts with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Broncos answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the 4th quarter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch him drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Henry. And this will be a Vikings first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Stop made there by Brian Asamoah. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. They'll drop to throw.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline.
Intentional grounding.
And indeed, the flag is out. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on fourth. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Hurts sets up to throw it. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he was able to shed one tackle, but could not get away from there.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this will probably get away from them.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball and continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. DeAndre Hopkins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down.
He's got this complete to Robinson.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And bringing it in, it's Davis. And this is going to be another first down as they make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Here's second and a yard.
On the ball.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! Corey Davis, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So now here are the Vikings faced with a big two-point conversion attempt. They'll look to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. So just under 2 minutes to play, and this would figure to pretty much be your ball game right here. And the Broncos are going to get the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that one. They needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
Mixon with a first down carry.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown.
Joe Mixon
with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Broncos will add to their fourth quarter lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down by 10. Just over a minute 40 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured they go down to a knee.
What a change in this ball game in the 4th quarter, Charles.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flow that stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberal.